Hey there, welcome back. Let's be honest, rejection can be painful, whether it's a job application, a relationship, or even a simple no to your ideas. Your brain treats it like a physical wound. But here's what's so very interesting. From a neuroscience perspective, rejection doesn't have to damage your self worth. In fact, when you understand how your brain processes rejection, you can actually use these experiences to build stronger confidence and resilience. Today, I'm going to share with you why rejection hurts so much. And more importantly, a simple 3-step framework that separates your event from your identity so that you can bounce back faster and stronger than before. And by the way, this isn't about developing thick skin. It's about rewiring your relationship with rejection completely. So let's have a look at why your brain treats rejection like physical pain. And first, let me explain what's actually really going on in your brain when you experience rejection. Research shows that rejection activates the exact same neural regions as physical pain, specifically the anterior cingulate cortex and the right ventral prefrontal cortex. Big names, but what this actually means is that your brain literally can't tell the difference between being rejected and being physically hurt. Now, this isn't a character flaw, it's evolutionary wiring. For our ancestors, being rejected by the tribe meant potential death. So your brain developed an alarm system to make rejection feel urgent and important. The problem in today's world is a no from a potential employer or partner isn't life threatening, but your brain still reacts like it is. But here's the key insight. When you understand that the pain is neurological, not personal, you can begin to separate the experience from your identity. Now, here's where I believe most people get it wrong. They interpret rejection as a reflection of their personal worth. In reality, rejection is simply feedback about alignment, timing, or circumstances. It is never a measure of your personal value. Think about it like this. You apply for a job requiring 5 years of experience and you have 3. The rejection isn't saying you're worthless, it's saying there's a mismatch between what they need and what you currently have on offer. Now, from a psychological perspective, this is called attribution theory, meaning how you explain events to yourself matters more than the events themselves. When you attribute rejection to internal permanent factors like I'm not good enough or I'm a total misfit, it damages your self worth. But when you attribute it to external changeable factors, this wasn't the right fit for me, or I need to develop specific skills, it becomes useful feedback. The difference here isn't well, it's not just mental, it's neurological. You see, healthy attribution patterns actually strengthen the prefrontal cortex, improving your emotional regulation and decision making abilities. Let's have a look at the 3-step framework: separate, assess, and strengthen. This framework, well, it will change everything in your life. Let's look at step 1. Separate the event from your identity. The moment you face rejection, pause and say to yourself, this is about the situation, not about me as a person. This simple phrase interrupts the automatic thought pattern that links external events to internal worth. And neuroscience shows that when you consciously name what's happening, you activate the prefrontal cortex, which helps you regulate the emotional intensity from the limbic system. Step 2, assess what you can learn. Ask yourself these 3 specific questions. What feedback can I extract from this experience? What skills or approaches could I develop? What does this teach me about fit or timing? This shifts your brain from rumination mode to problem solving mode. Instead of replaying rejection in your mind, you're mining it for useful information. And research strongly indicates that people who extract learning from setbacks develop what psychologists call post-traumatic growth. They actually become more resilient than before the difficult experience. Step number 3, strengthen your internal foundation. This is the most important part. Your self-worth needs to come from internal sources, not external validation. External validation, it's like junk food for your ego. It feels good temporarily, but doesn't provide any lasting nourishment. Your internal validation comes from, well, your commitment to growth and learning, your ability to handle challenges with integrity, your persistence in pursuing meaningful goals, your capacity to treat yourself with compassion. When your self-worth is internally anchored, rejection becomes data, not devastation. So here's what all this means. Rejection will always hurt because you're human and you're wired for connection, but it doesn't have to hurt your self-worth. When you understand that rejection is neurological, not personal, when you can separate events from identity and extract learning from setbacks, well, you develop something more valuable than thick skin. You develop resilience, the ability to bounce back faster, try again sooner, and maintain your sense of worth regardless of external outcomes. Your value as a person isn't determined by who says yes or who says no to you. It's determined by how you show up, how you grow, and how you treat yourself through the inevitable ups and downs of pursuing your meaningful goals. If this framework was useful, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical tools and tips. As always, your growth is my passion. See you in the next video.